Hi, this is Nicole from BooB TooB.com, and I'm so excited to share with you my story and the journey that the BooB Tube has made over the last couple of years. I am a wife and a stay-at-home mom of two beautiful children. I have a 3-year-old and a almost 2-month-old, and I have an amazingly supportive husband. We have a great relationship, and he always inspires me to do bigger and better things, so I'm a pretty lucky girl. The BooB Tube was invented almost 2.5 years ago when my baby, my first little boy, was about 6 months old. And I remember the first time I created it, I was so excited, and I showed my husband. I said, look what I made. He said, what is that? It looks like some cheap homemade piece of crap. Which it kind of was. It was the very first one. It was experimental. But I knew I had a gem of a product because of how empowered it made me feel. Now, when we were first married, we lived with my parents. So when I had my baby, I had to basically hide myself in my bedroom in order to nurse, or else I had to cover up. Well, apron-style nursing covers weren't cutting it. He would kick them off. He would wiggle around. They just weren't comfortable for me. If I used a blanket, I had to kind of tuck myself into the corner of the couch or anything else. And nursing anywhere in public was kind of scary. I mean, I remember going out to eat one time with some friends, and I went and sat in the bathroom stall to feed my baby. I remember at times hiding in the car to feed my baby. It was ridiculous. So when I invented the BooB Tube, I could not believe how much better and more confident I felt. I felt like I could really go anywhere and feed my baby anywhere. I probably used that very first homemade piece of crap nursing cover for a good couple of months before I said, you know what? Other moms have got to feel like me. There's got to be a need out there for a product like this. And I did some research, and I found there really wasn't anything like it out there on the market. So I opened my Etsy shop, and I started, this is so funny, I wish I could find a picture of it, because I was using my parents' library in their house. So they had these built-in bookshelves all around the room, and I had my baby in a big play yard in the middle of the room with toys in there. And then so there was this tiny little walking path kind of in between all the bookshelves and where my baby was. And then I had my a little table shoved into the corner of one of the bookshelves that I could sew at, and I had a big black sheet covering some of the bookshelves with my mannequin in front of it so that I could take pictures. It was ridiculous. It was like an onion. It just had layers. But that's where I started, and I started making them, and I started selling one a week and then two a week. And every single time I was so excited, and I called my husband, honey, I sold another one. I remember the first time that I sold internationally, I was just jittery. I was so excited. I sold one in Australia. I sold one in Canada. I sold one in Europe. And it was really exciting. It was really fun to watch it grow. And this last year, it has grown even more to the point where we're selling on average about 2 a day, and we're getting testimonial after testimonial. It's really amazing. We've gone through a few changes along the way to make the BooB Tube better and to improve it. Probably about maybe a year and a half ago, we had a few complaints about the finishing touches on the BooB Tube, and we really took it to heart. And I worked night and day until I could revamp it so that it was more finished and it was a better product. And since then, we haven't had any complaints about how well the BooB Tube is made. And that I take a lot of pride in that, because I want to make sure I'm providing you with a good product that you can use, for this baby and for the next and the next and the next. The idea from the BooB Tube actually came from a sling, believe it or not. I made a sling. Let's see, I have one here to show you. This is the sling that I made that I actually got the idea from. It's kind of like the hot slings you've seen that go over one shoulder and then the bit kind of come over your hip, and then your baby goes inside. Well, I remember people talking about that you could breastfeed your baby inside of these slings. Well, I tried it, and it did not work. I'm kind of bigger chested, and I felt like the sling was so tight, and my chest was so big that when I tried to feed my baby, he was going to suffocate. I mean, he was just so smashed in there. Plus, the top and the bottom, the top was open so people could see in, and if I pulled the bottom down to try to cover anything, I felt like my baby was going to fall out. So it just wasn't working. But I thought, you know what? If there was more room in there, and if there was elastic on the top and bottom so that, no one could see in, then that might work. Anyways, so that's when I put together the BooB Tube, and that was that very first original homemade piece of crap that's come so far. And it's been really fun. It's been an amazing journey to really see it grow and get better and better with time. And I'm super excited for where we're going. We have a lot of things in the works to grow the BooB TooB brand and the BooB TooB business. And we really appreciate all of your support. And we're so excited for all the new people who are going to be able to use a BooB TooB and feel more empowered and feel more confident to breastfeed their baby in public. You can watch our journey and be a part of it through our website, getaboobtoob.com. That's our Etsy shop as of now, and also our blog, boobtoobnursingcover.com. You can watch our journey as we progress and grow and get bigger and empower more and more women that way. Thanks again for all of your support. Get your BooB TooB at getaboobtoob.com. Have a great day.